Green hair.
Yep.
So I'll put some on, but I haven't combed through it yet, so I don't put it.
Is that to make it kind of blue? How some
No,
ladies
no,
have.
no, no, I don't want any blue hair. There's one woman who's had her hair purple.
Why do they do
I
that?
don't know.
Bad color.
Yeah, yeah.
Well,
Voice what I had this
washed, yeah, that's with me.
You said we was to the train?
Well, we got to the train, you were on the train, Ruby had waved goodbye to Flory,
Eddie and
to Eddie,
Flory.
because you guys got on free and you talked about the lunches, and then we got to the point where where you got off the train and who met you, who picked you up?
Yeah.
Was it in the winter?
Oh, yeah, December.
How come you came up at that time of the, do you remember?
Well, we just
Just
had a sale and come on, I guess. I don't know. I never really thought about it, but and I know we had Christmas here after we got to Uncle John's. And by that time, Grandma and Grandpa Woolridge and Leva, and Bromley and Bert and Dick were here too, so.
So they came just a couple weeks after you?
Well,
or-
one, but probably 3 or 4. Maybe we got here in November. I'll have to ask Mary for sure about that. But I think it was 1st of December. Then they came on in December, so.
when you left down there, were they planning on coming up?
Not really.
Wonder what changed their minds so
I
quickly.
don't know. Have no idea.
Missed everybody?
Well, we all wrote back, about how everybody liked it here, and
Now they had a lot of work too.
Dad got a job. Yeah, there was work here. Dad got a job as a hired man on a farm. Right away, they had, had houses for families, because about every farmer had to hire a hired man, and they'd get a married man.
Oh, that's
see?
how that happened. Oh,
Yeah, then
okay.
they'd have somebody help with chores and stuff. So Dad got a job right away, and of course we had all of our furniture and stuff, a lot of canned goods. That flour mill that Bobby's got that come through from Kentucky full of canned blackberries.
Hmm.
Blackberries grew so wild out there, so many of them, and so and then it stayed at Dad's. And then when he had his farm sale, it was sold. Lloyd gave a dime for it, and when we sold it at our sale, Bobby had to give $60 for it.
We used it for chicken feed and everything in the
Yeah, we
barn.
used it
Really?
to grind chicken corn, grind corn, ground corn.
Well, how did John and Bayless come to Panara? How did they find Panara?
Well, I just, I suppose by word of mouth, somebody, that they come. Uncle John had married a woman from Indiana, and she might have been the one that, wanted them, or got them to Iowa. I never really knew how they come, or why they came, but a lot of single men, I guess, would do that, would come to the Midwest to pick corn by the hand through the winter months.
Mm. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Ooh, what a miserable job that would have been.
Well, tell me, I've done it.
Yeah? Cold?
Yeah. So we
Snowy?
moved up on the Tuffin farm, and that was north and west of Yale, and we went to school at Cass Lumber, or is that Dodge? The school over there by
Dodge, I don't know for sure.
I believe it's Dodge.
Dodge, yeah. Cassidy.
Yeah, it was Dodge Township, and of course we moved the 1st of March, and we started the school right away, and it was muddy, and we had to walk about, probably close to a mile. But anyway, the kids wanted to know, after we'd been there a day or two, if we could talk Kentuckian.
Well, you must have had a southern accent.
Probably
A drawl.
did. You don't have such an accent as you have the sayings that they say.
Well, you listen to Bill Jeffries talk, and that's it.
Oh, yeah.
And Eva Plain never lost her southern accent.
And Daryl's got a little of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So then we lived there, went to school, and Dad, I don't know whether he didn't get along or what, but we moved to another farm. Dad worked for Homer Miller, and so.
He was a hired hand, right?
Yeah. Mhm. Of course, he wasn't in 1921. He was, I suppose Mom and him were in their 30s, upper 30s. They weren't too old.
Mm-mm.
But now he was older than Grandma, right?
Yeah, he's 10 years older than Mom. And so, but anyway, I don't know, Dad, and this Miller, you remember Homer Miller, he's kind of hot-headed. And So we up and moved in the fall. Dad didn't pick corn for him, and we moved into Yale. And then he picked corn for a farmer south of town, drove out every morning. But then we got a Model T car and a Ford, so he drove out to pick corn every morning, and they would give him milk to bring home every night.
Who was it?
Hmm.
Who was it?
Billy Russell.
Oh.
Yeah, picked corn for Billy Russell. Then in March we moved out. You know where Forrest and Evelyn Sykes live up the highway. Well, the owner lived there, and then there was the house that they lived in before they tore it down and built a new one, was about a half a mile south, and that was the tenant house.
Hmm.
And we lived in that, and Dad worked for this woman, and so while we were working there, I don't think he ever worked for anybody anymore. I think we started farming over there on that McDowell 80. And I think that's where we lived. We started farming. Although we lived over there on where Harold and Eva lived, but I don't remember whether we farmed or whether we worked.
Do you remember if your life changed a lot when you moved from Kentucky?
Oh, yeah. People were more, well, for one thing, they had more, I think. The average family, I think, had more than they did in Kentucky, although we had a good house and everything, you know, take care of good furniture and everything. Yeah, but they were bigger farmers is what it was, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So then we moved from there to, let's see, we moved out east of Yale on the Monty place, the folks did. We lived there a year. Well, us girls went to high school. We drove a car, and
We were dating then.
Oh, you were.
yeah,
You'd met.
yeah, we met when we lived on the 80. Loyd and Paul were shocking oats for a guy just across the road south. Well, you know where Bird Smith lives.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, they were on that farm. They were shocking oats, and they'd come
Back
across,
to the north end of it.
come to our
West
house,
end of it.
come across the yard or the road to get water, and then we had an early harvest apple tree, and they was always eating. So Loyd got his eye on me, so I
We
don't
went to
know.
the picture show that night
I was
down
gonna
here.
say, I think it was that
You
night.
did? Fast
I was
mover.
that night or was it
That
another?
was that night, I'm sure.
Well, anyway, I know I had to talk like heck to get to go.
I'll bet you
And
did.
I was only 16,
Ooh, young.
yeah.
But now, before we get into that, did you, because we'll want to have you come back over here then and sit on the couch. But did your grandparents and the whole family, did you all live in the same place?
Yeah, we all lived at Uncle John's.
So, but then after that, did you move, your family move out and you
Sit
moved
still,
into
you're
different?
in
Into different? That's okay, I'll back it up.
Yeah, we moved out, and they moved out, and that left Uncle John, let Bertha and Orville alone then.
And that was, I mean, that was kind of planned, you
Oh,
wanted to
yeah,
do
it was
that.
planned that
You don't live
everybody
on your
would get
own?
out when spring come.
So
Yeah.
what was that like, living with everybody
Well,
together?
of course, didn't bother us kids. I mean, they had 4 big bedrooms upstairs and 1 down, and then they had, seems like to me, us kids, some of us slept on the floor on feather ticks, you know. Everybody moved their feather beds, they called them. And I think some of us kids slept on the floor on feather ticks. And of course, they had this coal and wood stoves. But we all got along and they cooked. I don't know how whether they prorated groceries or what everybody bought and kind of cooked, but we all ate at the same table, so they must have kind of put everything together.
Did Ruby continue to churn butter and cottage cheese and
Oh,
do that
yeah.
kind of thing?
No, not to sell. Not that she didn't actually come to Iowa. But Eva and Leva, of course, they left boyfriends in Louisville, so they were getting homesick and they'd bawl around and
How old were
get
they then?
letters. 18 or 19.
Oh, so they were pretty serious with some young men, huh?
Yeah, and and there was a neighbor, Clyde Fords lived there about a block apart, the 2 houses were, and she would come over, Zelda would come over, and they'd play cards every afternoon and every night, and they'd play rook, and then there was a game called flinch. They never played like you played with regular playing cards. They never played that kind of
Hmm.
cards, but they played those other two cards all
Yeah, I've
the
never
time.
heard of those.
No, they're old games, rook and flinch.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've never heard of
And
flinch.
flinch had a great big box of cards, and you draw so many out of that box, you know. And I never did know how they play that. Of course, rook was played a lot like.
I never did.
Did you ever play rook?
Yeah, but not flinch.
Did you ever play Authors?
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Where you had
an
to
old
keep-
maid.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember how
They had their own decks.
We're playing
Yeah.
Old Maid right now.
Yeah. That's what I laugh and tell people. I'm still making quilts. They're not getting married, but I'm still making quilts.
Well, you gotta change, you know, some rules are meant to be broken. So, did you have religion, a lot of religion in your life when you were growing
Oh,
up?
yeah. Dad was Baptist and Mom was a Methodist, but I think I told about the country schoolhouse where they had church, and Dad was the superintendent of the Sunday school, and Mom played the organ. And then when we moved out west of Yale, well, we went into the Methodist church in Yale, that same church.
Well, how come not Baptist?
There wasn't any Baptist churches
Oh.
around, well, one in Guthrie Center, but that was too far away. Then Dad moved his membership to the Methodist church, and so then when let's see, where was it we lived? I joined the church, I know I wasn't but 12 years old. They had an evangelistic minister there, and he scared the hell out of you. I was terrible, the way they used to batter you.
Mm-hmm.
So there was a whole bunch of us joining the church.
Out of fear.
That's what I told Tom Hodel one time, and Tom said, I never heard it told any plainer, Helen.
Do you remember, was it a problem for your father to join the Methodist church?
No, no, he just went along with it. And then, of course, they stayed Methodist all their lives. We have too, and Margie has, and Mary married Clarence, and she belongs to the Christian church, and Paul, he considered himself a Methodist yet, but it was so funny.
I saw the picture yesterday, your folks standing in front of the Methodist
Yeah.
church.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Oh, really?
yeah. Then the folks moved southeast of Yale, and we lived there for a couple of years. And those days, you moved pretty nearly every year.
Well, that's what it sounds
Very
like.
few people owned their
First of
farms.
March.
Why? Why?
Why'd you keep moving?
Because Grandpa,
Better
you
landlords
were
Somebody
moving all the time.
they'd rent it to somebody else, or you'd hear of a better place to go.
You'd find somebody better than you.
Yeah, a lot
Oh,
of
you
times.
didn't have contracts, or
No.
just
For a year.
1 year contract?
You never had a rental contract or anything.
March 1st.
Then we drove to
March
high
1st.
school, us girls did, up and down that east, we call it the East Panora Road North, you know, and
From the nursery north.
it was
Okay.
muddy. And then if it was too muddy, we'd go through Yale, come down number 4, it was gravel at that time. And we rode with a couple of kids one year when we lived on I started high school in 28, and Margie was already, she had started, let's see, she started in 27, I guess. And so she rode with a couple of labor boys, and then when I got to come up to go to high school, we drove a horse and buggy till it got real bad weather. And parked it down here, you know where Lila Wine's big old house used to go down? Well, there's a big barn behind that.
Hmm.
That's where we leave her horse. Go down at noon and feed it, and,
Really?
yeah, and have her lunches. We'd leave her lunches
Well,
down there.
is that barn still there? Is that Pepper Martin's?
No, that'd be too far
Or
north.
Schaefer's?
No, it's not there
Just-
anymore, It's been torn up. But no, there were several, a lot of road horses in, and then another girl drove a horse and buggy in. So we'd all go down there and eat lunch. Then all those years, we was in 4-H a lot. I seemed like to me, when I got old enough, all of us were in 4-H till we left home, I suppose. And, well, we were busy, but you didn't have high school things. I never went to a football game as long as I was in high school.
They had them.
Yeah, they
Just
had them,
didn't
but
go.
you never went. Very few kids went.
Huh.
And they never even dismissed school for them. They'd have them in the afternoon.
I never
Oh,
went
really?
to them, didn't have time.
Well, you'd have been working. Now, is that was it back then? The girls didn't work outside of the home, or?
Oh, yeah, I worked from the time I was, 12 or 14, as a hired girl to different women, and I remember one woman hired me to help her for 2 days cap strawberries and canned strawberries.
Oh,
and-
really?
Yeah, and then I worked as a hired girl, you would in the summertime, because they farmed with horses, and they had 2 or 3 hired men, a lot of them.
After Corliss's.
Yeah, I worked at Corliss's, and I worked for Adler Schleppke, north of Panora, and north of Yale. And we got pretty good wages then. I think we get like $4 a day or something like that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did you keep that money or did you give it away?
Oh, no, we used it to buy school clothes and stuff.
Mhm.
Yeah. And, of course, you had to clean chickens and the works. And so that's a pretty good way to teach you to keep house and work out for somebody, because they tell you to do something, you do it.
Mhm. Yeah. So what about politics? Grandpa said they were Republicans.
Yeah, our family's always Democrat. The Jeffries were always Democrat. And Lloyd's dad, when President Roosevelt come up to be in 1932, that fall, he didn't like, who was the head of
Hoover. Hoover?
Roosevelt?
Hoover.
Hoover?
Hoover, yeah. Oh, he was so tired of him. And he was a lifelong Republican, and he voted for Roosevelt the first and only time he ever voted Democrat in his life.
Oh, he did?
And then he always said afterwards he was sorry he did.
Really?
But sure, you know, Roosevelt got the country to going, so.
Mhm. Mhm.
So, no, I can remember when the election, looking back, I kind of in Mom's footsteps of reminding all you kids to go vote and vote Democrat. That's the way Mom used to be. And
Oh,
then
really?
Dad too, I don't know what he was. I think he was a Democrat all his life too in Kentucky, but no, they were always Democrats. And,
I don't think I ever voted till we got down
we
on
lived,
the, after we was married. Or,
yeah, well, you weren't old enough, you had to be 21 in those days.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, Margie and Lloyd could vote, but I couldn't. We lived there where Kenneth Florine lives, and so we, snowing hard. We drove the car in, and we had to vote on the north side of Yale, right along that east-west road. This is where the break comes in Cass and Dodge, is it Dodge Cemetery? Yeah. So Lloyd and Margie got to vote, but I didn't, and you know, we didn't get home. It snowed so heavy. The car sat up there at Glenn Schleppke's, where Vern Schleppke lives now, for I don't know how long. We had to walk the rest of the way home. It just snowed so hard that time.
we got 1 mile and had another mile to go.
Boy. That would have been kind of a long
Yeah,
walk.
it was, because it was wet, sluggy snow, but you just couldn't pull through it.
So you met out in a field?
Now, Lloyd come across to the well to get
Oh,
water.
and you were standing there at the well?
No, I went out.
Oh, you were in the house?
I
Oh,
don't
and I went
remember.
out to get a,
I don't remember,
across the road to get a drink of water.
like I said, we had that tree of early harvest apples. They went and got him some apples. I must have told him to eat the apple.
She's been in trouble ever since.
Eve.
In those days, you dated, but you didn't have very much money, that's for sure. I'll give you a drink of
Yeah, I'll
water.
get in.
Yeah, I can do that.
You didn't have money maybe to go to picture show, but you did go to the restaurant to eat, and like you do, you went home and maybe got some sandwiches or something. But the men weren't making much over $1 a day.
Yeah. Well, had either of you dated before, or Grandpa, had you?
Yeah, I kind of
Hello.
dated a labor kid a little bit. We never went anywhere together, but he used to come over, Alvin Smith.
I and Floyd Cornelius, I'd go with him maybe 3 or 4 times. And,
On a double date, like a double date?
yeah, the gal was teaching school a mile east of Bagley, and she stayed at where George Peters moved into town in that great big house. I don't know, don't even know where we went if we did. but somewhere.
So were you looking, I mean, were you both, you were young then?
Well,
You
yeah,
were-
a lot of times you just go drive uptown, another couple or something crawl in the car, you just drive around and, you know, visit or maybe go to somebody's place. Then usually Sunday evening come, more likely you gather into somebody's house for a
Oh,
while.
you would?
Yeah. Mhm. You just didn't have money to go to shows and stuff. A long time there wasn't these night shows in Panora. Then they started having Sunday night shows.
And I had, Dorothy Scott had come in the country and stop off the store and walk to school with
Oh, really?
me.
Yeah.
Did that go on for a while?
No, I don't remember, just in the mornings.
Huh.
Well, see, we walked to country school, there'd always be 2 or 3 families going the same way, and you'd kind of, you know how boys and girls are.
Mhm.
Carry your books.
So you went out to a picture show the first night, that was,
Yeah, down here to Panora, there where on the south side of the street where the theater was.
Let's see,
You've seen it probably, didn't you?
Is it the
Or did you?
BLM?
only
or the-
pictures.
Who's along there?
Was it the, I don't think there was a show there when these kids was coming.
No.
Was it where the BLM was at, or the other?
Pool hall,
Down at
Right in there
Byers or-
somewhere.
Yeah.
Or the pool hall.
you remember what it was?
About where the pool hall.
What, the show?
Mm-hmm.
Heaven's Low was probably a silent movie. Yeah, probably.
No, I don't know what it was.
And how is it that you decided to go out to a movie on the first, I mean,
Nowhere else to go.
it's a little fast,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah.
Had about a 1920.
Well, your first dates usually go eat supper or go to a show or something.
Had about a 1923 or 4 Model T coupe.
It was yours.
Do you have that, Dan?
Yeah, that big tall dealie. The body of it was big and tall.
Well,
Come in.
are you back at that again?
We
Yeah.
never did quit.
We never
We
stopped.
never stopped, it's been 3 days.
Oh, have you got
and-
Debbie allowed at the store?
On that little red car.
Yeah, you know, I don't put much stock in cars, so.
That's right, you have got a red one there, but you know.
Let's see, the picture show. So you say you had to do some quick talking?
Yeah, Mom didn't think I was old enough to date. And at that time, Uncle John and Aunt Bertie had been in California, I think, or somewhere. They moved back here and they were living with the folks that summer, or staying with us for a while before we got located again. And Aunt Bertie, I think, is probably the one who told Ruby to let her go.
Had they met Lloyd?
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
Wasn't
they
long
did.
after that till we got Arnold to come and see Marjorie.
Oh, you were responsible for that,
Yeah,
huh?
that was I better put that on tape.
So, let's see, so, and how was it that you knew Arnold? You'd lived with a,
He's her cousin of mine.
oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Right. So that's how that all got lined up, huh?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, he's my cousin and was a brother-in-law.
So then in high
That's right.
school, I could take normal training and be a country school teacher, so I took my junior and senior year of that and graduated, and we didn't get to come into the chorus, you know, or they had what they called declamatory contests
Mhm.
then. We never could take part in those because we lived out in the country and we just never got to do it. So then we graduated out of high school, we was living down, the folks was living then where Betty and Dean Jenkins lived.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
that's where.
Same house?
Yes.
Yeah.
Where I graduated out of high school and married
Really, over,
Dean.
crew over there.
That's
Huh.
where I went up and got Helen when we took her to Omaha and got married.
That's where we lived.
Oh, really?
Well, that would have been a completely different group of yeah, it's
We
Yeah.
had to
over there
travel
around
on
the
plank
Flamies and the
part of the way back
Wattses
there.
and
Deep ruts, mud.
Because of the mud?
Yeah.
Did you, but, I mean, let's see now, when
So
did you?
I taught school and I got my diploma and my teaching certificate and taught school at the Irish Ridge Schoolhouse out there where, used to be where we lived at Jenkins's, where Jenkins lived. I lived there with the folks and taught the school. You go about a mile east and then north.
Where that new pavement goes up through there.
Yeah, at the
By
top of that
Glades
last
and
big
stuff?
hill.
up in
Really?
there by Glades.
Why was that called the Irish
On
Ridge?
past grades.
Yeah.
Well, because the Carberries all settled there, the Irish Jim's great-great-grandma, and I don't know who all, Flannery's and Filligans and Tyrleys and,
So you taught that wild bunch?
yeah. So Lloyd talked about having 60 in his. There was a few little coal mines up in there north of there, and they would dig coal in the winter time, and I'd have sometimes as high as 32 kids.
Oof.
Yeah.
Bunch of Irish
Yeah,
Catholics.
they wouldn't stay, you know, only maybe through the winter months, then they'd go
Hmm.
on somewhere, and then I'd be back down to 18 or 20.
Was that hard, do you remember?
No. What do you mean?
I mean, were the kids ready to learn something, or?
Oh, yeah, if a kid could learn, I still say a kid can change schools or change jobs, they can, people, and if a kid's gonna learn, they're gonna learn wherever they're at. Yeah.
Well, you know, it's
But the
interesting.
bright and shining family in the bunch was Cletus and Gibson and
Hmm.
his sisters, and then Lorena Gibson and Aldine Mobley. They were Gibsons too, and the rest of them were kids, Daggetts and let's see, Josie
Loves.
and Flatteries and Loves, and they didn't come regular, and they just, you know, their parents didn't push them or anything. You just had to hope that they'd get what you was teaching them, try and teach, because they wouldn't be there maybe the next day. So, but I guess they all turned out all right. Terry Love never come to me, but his older brother and sisters did.
Hmm.
A whole bunch of them, you know, a whole bunch of those Love kids. And,
I mean, they used to say that it was rough on families to be moving around and doing all
I
that
know
stuff,
it.
but, I mean, that's certainly what your younger
Uh-huh.
lives were like.
well, I still say Army service families, you know, they're stationed different places. I say that if you're capable of learning, you can learn anywhere,
Hmm.
and I think most kids do. Yeah.
So that would have been a change then, finally, for people to kind of settle down and stay at one place for a long time.
Well, yeah. Then people began to get enough money ahead. Well, after Roosevelt come in, people were losing their farms and everything, like they did in '29. You know, we had the stock crash, and people lost many of them lost their farms. And then after Roosevelt come in and got things to going, why, people could get a down payment on a farm then, and the banks were more liberal with their money. And
All the insurance companies owned the farms.
yes,
Oh.
yes, you went to rent a farm, you rented it from an insurance company.
Huh. Really? And did they make a lot of money on people who'd rent farms, or, I mean, were
Oh,
they
imagine they did.
square dealers, or did they?
Yeah, they were pretty. You always had to sign
You
a
didn't
contract.
pay more rent than what anybody else did.
But you always had to sign a contract.
They're the only ones that had anything to rent,
Huh.
because they owned them all.
And I don't know why why the insurance companies owned the farms, because
And it wasn't like it is now, where there's a lot of rich people and a lot of poor people. Everybody was poor, nobody had anything. I don't care who you was, you didn't have anything.
Mm-hmm. How was it that you were able to buy a car?
Working out.
what you didn't give over $35-40 for a used car then.
Yeah, but still, that would have been I
Oh,
mean, not
yeah.
everybody had a car, right?
So then we were married, we went to where Florine and Kenneth live and worked there. Lloyd was working for Joe by the month single man and had worked a year, and so then we had the house to live in and
Cow to milk, chickens.
chicken feed and could have chickens. And we got a pig to butcher every year,
Hmm.
and then you pick corn by the bushel, and so that
Working by the month.
when you started picking corn, you didn't work for
Got
the
our
month.
house rent.
And so we picked.
On top of that, $30 a month, we got all that.
So we
Well, that would have been okay, right?
We picked corn for a penny a bushel. Picked 3,000 bushel of corn, and we knew the lady out at Fassler that was wanting a milk cow. So, and we didn't have a car. Lloyd and Guy had a car together, and we never had it. When we wanted it, Guy wanted it and had it, and he wasn't a bit nice about it either. And Lloyd and him had bought it together. And I suppose Lloyd took him in because Guy couldn't buy one on his own, but anyway, we didn't have a car. So Lloyd knew a lady out at Fansler that had a good Model T sedan stored. And she wanted to trade it for a milk cow. So instead of taking the $30, Joe Shalupke gave us a Guernsey heifer
It was gonna have a calf.
that was gonna have a calf, and we took it out there, or she come and delivered it, I suppose, or something. We got the car. It was a pretty good car too for a Model T. Yeah.
That's
We
pretty
didn't wanna
good.
put new numbers on it until the first of the year, and this was like,
So in November.
November. And, but we drove it around without any numbers on, up until, not too much, but then until the first of January, and then we bought our new numbers.
And the folks lived out here, still lived out here on the Jenkins place. We'd come down the by roads. We wouldn't come down the main highway.
Stay out of town.
Well, so you said that you knew each other 4 years before you got married. Why
Yeah,
did you
we
wait
did.
so long?
Didn't have money to get married. You didn't have money.
Well, and Helen was young.
Yeah, I wasn't 16.
I was 19 when I started going.
Oh yeah, you were a little bit older.
Uh,
When did you decide to get married in that 4 years?
when I graduated out of high school, I got my diamond ring.
Did you know it was coming?
No, not really.
Were you expecting it?
No, I don't think I was, because I didn't think he could afford to buy one.
I borrowed the money at the Bagley Bank
Oh, you
to
did?
buy it.
Do you remember how much it was?
Oh, $30, was it,
Yeah.
something like that. I ordered it out of that,
I thought you got Montgomery Ward.
no, I ordered out of that catalog that, I think your mom still orders stuff out of it.
Really? I
Um,
wonder what that would be.
Well, you got it out of L.D. Cornelius's,
I'll have to ask her.
you got it for cost, didn't you?
No, I ordered it out of that catalog that we used to order out of a lot. Not, it was in the West.
I'll have to
Or
ask
I
Mom.
ordered it, huh?
I'll have to ask
Well, I
her.
never knew there was any place but Montgomery Ward's and Sears Roebuck that we ever used.
Did you know her ring
I used
size?
it back, huh?
Did you know her ring size? Must have
I
made
don't
a
remember
guess.
how- what I've done about that.
I don't remember either. It's bad, I think.
That's where I ordered it.
I had a class ring. You
I
might
used
have
to
got it
say
from
the
that.
name of the catalog, but I don't,
Yeah,
can't remember it now.
So, and you got you got the engagement ring the day that you graduated, or?
Yeah, I got to wear it at school once.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. And then I graduated with it. Then we were married the next March. See, I taught school.
So that would have been in, what, May that you got the ring?
February.
Yeah.
Oh.
February?
May,
And then you were married that following
March.
March.
In
Did-
the next year. We married in, see, I graduated in 31, so we married in 32.
Did you want to get married? I mean,
Yeah. My mom didn't want me to, but Dad said I could.
really?
Yeah.
How come Ruby didn't want you to?
I don't know. She never wanted us to do anything.
Really?
Oh, she'd harp about everything that we wanting to do. Especially me. I think Margie got by with more than any of us, but because Margie, she was smart, and so she got to do things that the rest of us never got to do. Barry laughed about that not too long ago. Said, I guess we wasn't smart enough, was we? So of course, I knew we'd live up there, and we had a house to go to, you know. So.
She
so
had
I went
already
by-
got the job up there, because I was already 2 years single, and then we got married, we was gonna live in
And with my,
his house.
I got $75 a month teaching school, and I paid Mom $10 a month for rent. And then out of that, I bought a Davenport and chair and dining room furniture
Huh.
and a kitchen stove. I bought all the furniture.
For that house?
Then I bought a used bed. And those days you painted everything. We painted it white. And Mom did paint my bed for me. She said, well, I'll paint that. So, but then,
That was a Sears cook stove, wasn't it?
yeah,
Hmm.
and then we had a little drop leaf table, 2 chairs, or 4 chairs, maybe, I don't remember about that, and a kitchen cabinet. But gosh, you could get, like your stove was $29, Davenport chair was about $35, and, you know, it went quite a ways then.
You continued teaching, right? And earning that money?
No, I finished the school year, but if you got married, you didn't teach those days.
They wouldn't
Why?
let you.
Uh-uh.
You was
Really?
fired if you got married.
Yeah, when we got married in March, why, we didn't get, of course, I wasn't 21, and you had to be 21, so, we didn't tell anybody, but of course the kids soon found it out. They come and shivery, just and everything out. We didn't tell anybody we was getting married around.
How come you didn't wait?
Well, he could broke my contract if he wanted to.
No, I mean, how come you didn't wait until you were 21? Is that why you went to Nebraska?
Yeah.
Yeah, went to Omaha.
Got out to Omaha, different couples have been going out there. We got out to Omaha and about 10 minutes till 12, and then what they would do, they would either take a notarized statement with them that they had their parents' permission, or they would call back. So we was going to call back, and they said they didn't have time to issue a license. So
Well,
we
they
didn't
was-
get married.
They was closed on account of,
Well,
cause
they
it was
closed
noon.
They closed at Saturday noon. The courthouse closed. So the old janitor was sweeping the hall there, and he walked over and he said, the courthouse north of here is open because they're having a county spelling bee.
Up at Blair, Nebraska.
So that's where we went to Blair. And after that, I don't know how many couples went to Blair, Nebraska to get married.
Really?
And
It
the
just-
Methodist minister was cleaning house, and they had to we carried the Davenport back in the house.
Arnold and Margie went with us. Then we didn't have any brakes on our car. We ran into a street light and shattered the globe. And
They had them
they never done nothing. Well, if you do that now, you'd be arrested
right
and
out
go
the
to
edge of the
jail.
sidewalk. They had those big tall round, they weren't round poles, and then a big bulb on the top of it.
You know, them old gas
And the
lights.
bumper hit that, and man, that old glass just shattered.
Well, you know how hilly Omaha is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was,
Hurt the car?
no, we just
No.
touched it with the
Whose
bumper.
car was it?
It's ours.
Ours. We didn't have any brakes on it.
So how much did you have to pay to,
Nothing, nobody showed up.
no cop or anything?
No.
You just
There wasn't
backed
any.
out and went on?
Wasn't any around.
We, I think our license was, we had a $10 bill. Our license was $2, and we ate dinner, and we gave the minister $5, I believe.
Wow.
So our $10 bill was about shot.
Yeah.
So we stopped on the Blair, Nebraska bridge and took that picture up there, and that's zero.
Yeah. So then we came back to Lloyd's folks and.
Well, when you went up to Blair, did you have to call back and get permission to get married?
No, I said I was 21.
You did? Did your parents know that you were going to get married?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that time, they knew you were going to Nebraska?
Oh, yeah.
32, I was 22.
Yeah, you'd have been
Yeah,
22.
and I was 19, so, no, we just, because we couldn't make the trip again, we wasn't gonna go home not married, so we just, Arnold, I think, Margie said, why don't you just say you're 21, and we, on our marriage certificate, then it shows that, so really, I should've got my social security 2 years sooner.
Those lies always come back.
I know it.
So we come home, and when my folks lived where we lived on, when we got married and lived on the Schlucky place,
I was out there
why,
turn
my folks lived
that beat off.
about a half a mile west of there on the Zerubi place, so we come back there and stayed all night then.
Oh, you did?
And turned that off till Helen gets back. Where my
And our
folks,
suppers,
yeah, that's right.
and our suppers.
Oh, you did have a wedding supper?
Yeah, the labor lady baked a lazy food cake for her, Alfie, and so we had cake, and I don't remember what else we had. So,
In them 4 years, that's the first night we slept together.
Was it?
yep,
Really? That's
Yeah.
great.
yeah.
That's good. That's kind of a long time. Did you ever?
Well, we had other things on our minds besides sex back in those days.
Yeah.
Nowadays, that's all young couples think about,
I know.
I'm thinking. Yeah,
Well, that's pretty good.
yeah.
Yeah, geez, that would be totally unusual today. I mean,
Yeah.
couldn't find it, I'll bet.
Yeah. So then I stayed down with Mom and Dad through the week, and then I'd Barry or somebody bring me up to her house on Friday after school, and then Lloyd take me back Sunday night. So we stayed in her house, finished up her house. And, we painted and did some papering and stuff, and because you knew how to do that then. Your kids always helped with stuff.
Mhm.
And,
Marjorie boarded with us when we stayed.
Yeah.
Oh, she
and taught
did?
the school there at Glen Slupke's, 3/4 of a mile back south.
So she got married
And then
later.
west a little ways. Just a mile
So then she got married.
north of Yale Corner and then south a little.
Okay.
She and
Or
Arlo went
west,
to,
I mean.
she and Arlo went to Galena, Illinois, and got married, and she kept
Oh,
it
that's where
secret. They really kept it secret,
How come?
because she was teaching school too,
Oh,
see?
yeah.
Staying at our place.
So why was it that you couldn't teach if you were married? Just
I don't know.
I don't know whether it's because jobs were scarce, or whether it's just, well, they just didn't want a married teacher, I suppose.
was it a moral rule?
I imagine it was, even your high school teachers. A lot of them were married, but not all of them, and those signal ones had to sign in their contract, they would stay in the town that they taught in every weekend, but one weekend a month.
Marjorie was married, what, 6 months before school was out, or?
When they got married in June, she taught a whole year.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, she did while she was married.
Yeah.
Living with us.
And Arlo would come down there and stay all night with her, you know, and we've all wondered what the neighbors thought, you know.
Oh, yeah.
He trucked, there'd be a big old truck sitting in her yard, you know.
Well, if they would have known they were cousins, Grandpa and Arlo.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow, that's amazing. So they
Times
didn't.
have changed,
Oh,
I guess.
yeah,
Times
We
have-
had quite a chivalry too while we lived there,
Did ya?
after we was married.
Yeah, they came one Saturday night.
Who would they have been?
Oh, all the young people we knew around, let's see. Well, Irene Benner and her husband, I can remember them,
Yeah.
and some kids from
And the
Bagley.
neighbors, some of the
couple-
Shilupkis and,
They had a shower on us and a
They
shivery.
lived right there just south of us.
Yeah,
Who was that?
Lincoln's.
No,
Oh,
first place.
Ty.
Johnny Ty.
Yeah.
I thought it was old, Charlie Craven.
Well, are you thinking about the time the
The
car club
chivalry.
come in on us at 1 o'clock at night and got us out of bed?
They took you way up north, or me, one of them.
Oh, well, that was that night that we had
Chivalry.
the shiver.
That's what I was talking about.
Well, they had, they had a shower on us too that night.
They took you away?
Yeah, took me away about a couple of miles north and took my shoes and made started me walking home. What they do to you, I don't remember.
I don't remember what
Times have
Then there once
changed.
in a while a car would come back and check on me. They
Did-
finally picked me up
did
after
they?
I walked away.
they brought all the cans and everything else to pound on,
Yeah.
arms.
Well, everybody, you made your own fun in those days.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. They were the good old days because we were young, but then I think everybody has a much more better chance now and everything. Education and jobs and freedom. What tickles me so good, or that I'm glad of, is that women have the freedom that they have now. Why, back in those days, of course, they didn't have beer parlors till, when did liquor come in? Beer. We had Beverly and Betty's. We lived east of town, out there on the, where Colleen and Don lived.
Down on the Jim Manley place.
Yeah. Must have been, I would have been, 33 or 34. They had beer by the drink then.
We had quite a time of getting moved, when we quit, Joe Schlepkin started farming out east of Yale. We had quite a time of getting moved in that spring. We, come over, my folks moved out of that place west of us, and we moved in there till the 1st of March, and then the 1st of March we couldn't get out, so Gertrude March had left, or when Gertrude March was, she moved they was moving in where
Her folks were.
it was out there, and we couldn't get out till the next morning, and they moved in on us that 1st of March that night, that afternoon, and they took Helen's cook stove down.
No, wait a minute. They started to take the pipe loose.
So,
They was gonna take my stove down. And Lloyd was out back getting something ready to move, and I ran out there and told Lloyd, I said, I can't stop them, they're taking our stove down. So he come up there and he told him, said, well, can't you leave things up another night? Said, we had cleared a room because they had a neighborhood dance and party on us the night before. So there was an empty room, so Lloyd told him, said, why don't you just move your stuff in, everything in there, and leave our stove up? So they did, and Mr. and Mrs. Gorham, they was a nice old couple. We had a lot of, enjoyed them, you know, we ate supper together, cooked late supper together, and they had fun playing with Beverly, and so, but, oh, Gertrude, she was just gonna take everything out of the house.
And I was just
Never liked
pallbearer,
what Mama said.
I was just pallbearer for her just here
Yeah.
a couple of weeks ago. I told somebody I was gonna tell her off.
So you had mom then? She was,
Yeah, she
Born
was
in the
born on the
Shilupki?
Shilupki place.
That picture you was looking at.
yeah? Oh, that was on the Shilupki place.
Yeah. Mhm.
So the next morning then, well, then we still didn't get in. We moved down,
Jeez.
Yeah, we did.
well, when did we live in that place? That,
Well, that was
Forest
what-
Sipes.
Well, that was between the Shilupki place and moving back up into your dad's house. Don't you
Oh.
remember? So the next morning, we was all up and loading at 5 o'clock, because we had to get in before it started thawing. We had a mud lane to get in on,
Where Arnold Marjorie lived, where Arnold lives now, it's that
Mhm.
house way back in the lane. Goes
north of
back
it.
north there.
so we got in, and then, the old man that owned the farm, it was 40 acres, they were moving in, and they didn't get up early enough, and they had to unload their stuff out and set it along the road. And then the next morning after it froze, come out and get it. I know it.
We
Boy.
moved down on
Well, you
the,
didn't have good roads, boy, you were
Yeah.
stopped.
The thing about people moving every March, some families were probably faster at getting out, and other families
And
the
somebody had to
problems
move
that
first to start
Yeah.
everybody to going.
and we
Yeah,
lived
that's
there.
true.
There's
See.
where Betty was born then,
Yeah.
was up over there where we moved in on the Jim Manley
Yeah, the
place.
couple that was living there, they were getting a house in town, moving to Perry, I think, and they couldn't get their house till the second day of March, so they got out early that morning, and we were moving in practically as they were moving out. But the roads would be just like it is now, but no gravel on it, see?
But we had to unload our stuff in that little house south of Forest Sipes, just where Helen said they moved, her folks moved into. And we didn't even unpack our stuff there, we just pulled it in there and
I just had put my curtains up, and it was a nice, yeah, we was living there, we lived there a week, 'cause we had our linoleum rugs cut.
we didn't unpack too much.
No, and just loved it, you know, and I was right across the street, or the road from Aunt Bertha and Uncle John, and we were, let's see, we was buying milk from Lem for Beverly. And, five guys here come Lloyd's dad, or mom, and Guy, I suppose, down. You've got to move up in our house, we're moving to Jamaica. And Ray wants to finish high school at Yale, so you've got to move up and stay with him. Didn't will you, it was move.
That's up where Gorham's moved in on us, that
Yeah.
place.
So you did?
So we moved up there then and packed up stuff, and we'd lived there just a week, and Lloyd went up to pay, Charlie Royer owned it, and Lloyd went up to pay for the rent that we owed. We was renting at $5 a month, and he wouldn't take any rent because the people that had lived there before, the yard was just a junk yard, and it happened to be a nice March. No, it was in December we moved down there, wasn't it? It happened to be nice weather, and Lloyd had cleaned up the yard, you
Oh,
know.
already in that 1 week.
Yeah. Charlie said no, said you cleaned up the yard and fixed, and says you didn't hurt the house, and I'm not gonna charge you any rent.
Ooh, that was nice.
So we moved up there then and lived there till March, and Ray finished his high school there,
Oh.
stayed with us.
Why'd they have to move to Jamaica?
It was an acreage, and they wanted to move up there where they could keep their cows and stuff.
Little pasture.
Yeah.
Because they knew that old Gorhams were coming there where they lived, so.
Had Betty been born then, by then?
No, she was born out east of town at the,
On this Jim Manley place.
where we
I don't
moved
know
to
where
that
that
spring.
is.
She was born in September.
Across from Arnold, back up in, right straight across from Arnold's Cornelius's, along the lane back up.
Oh, okay.
East of Yale.
No,
up
the area,
Just
yeah.
into Dallas
Yeah.
County,
So then we lived there
3
Four.
years.
4 years, wasn't it?
You were farming?
Yeah.
Now, started.
Did you were working, were you still working in the coal mines then or not?
That's
In the
when I
wintertime.
worked in the coal mine, yeah.
So you did them both?
Yeah, he worked.
And did you have, tractors and, I mean, did you have farm equipment
No,
or?
I just had Joe Shilupki give me
Little legs.
an old blind mare that I worked when I worked for him, and another horse, and so I just had that team of horses, and I
That was
plowed.
ornery, the one that, one was ornery and the other was fine.
Old Flory and, the blind mare's
Leg.
name was Flory,
And Leg,
and Nig was,
the black horse.
Nick.
Flory, and
He hitched him to a walking plow, that's what he done.
I put a roll cutter on that walking plow, and that's where I plowed. Well, then, I bought a single plow that you could ride on, and, Vernon Brooks' dad lived over the hill west of me, so he loaned me a team of horses so I could, I think one of mine died, that old blind mare or something. Anyway, I had 3 horses, so, that year I got my first government check. It
You
was
did?
$30-some, and I paid, Brooks loaned me the horses and the feed to feed them with at noon.
Well, that was the year of the biggest drought that had ever hit.
And I got a
in
$30-some government
34.
check,
Yeah.
and
That's
I
it,
paid
Ford
him
got
for
about
the
this
feed
high and then just turned
out of that
around.
government check then.
Is that because you got that check because of the drought?
Kinda, yeah.
That's when the government, they're still paying them
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
That's
yeah,
when the
that's
government.
when it
Oh, and that would have
started.
been back in 30?
Four, they said.
34?
We lived there in 33 and 33, 34, and 35. What didn't we on
I
that?
think so, we moved down.
Then in 36, 30,
Oh, we lived there 4 years, didn't we?
yeah, maybe it was.
Uh,
Because we moved from there to Leo Tasler's place. He bought the Yale.
Down east out here where Esther Ladera lives. That's
Okay.
That the kids
Mhm.
always, that was always, they say the home to them more than any other place we ever lived.
Well, how long did you live there?
7
We
years.
lived there 3 years at the
7.
Tasler place.
Yeah.
And Leo Tasler bought the, it was 40 acres, and he bought the Yale restaurant. So then Leo's dad lived on up the road, Joe Tasler, and he had 120, and so I farmed his 120 and that 40
Wow.
on the Tasler place.
With no
I had a tractor.
gas-powered
I had a
tractors?
tractor then.
Oh, you did?
I bought a Fordson tractor, and then I traded it in for an old 1020 on steel with the steel wheels.
Mm-hmm.
And then I traded it in on the F-20 that's up here in the museum.
Well, see, we had to move from the place up there where they had the long lane, it was muddy, and we didn't have a place to move to
Where Betty was born.
till the moving date was the March the 1st, and the president, or the governor, set it March the 15th. So
Really?
when we moved from that place,
On
Up
account of
until
the
about-
mud and stuff.
Oh, really?
Up until about the last week, we didn't really have a place to go yet. And so somebody told him about this Tasler place. Well, golly, there was a lot of people after it, but we got it. And
Do you know
we-
how? Why you got it?
Well, some of it was relatives, and I think he just figured that he'd rent it to somebody that wasn't a relative. So we got it then.
Mr. and Mrs. Tasler lived in their place, and so we moved into the Leo's place.
Yeah.
And there's where Bobby was born.
All three, Bobby, Darrell both.
Was born on the Tasler place. So when Joe Tasler got killed at the East of Yale, at the corner where he come up, he was taking he made wine, and he was taking some wine up to Dr. Seidler at Jamaica, and two cars collided there and killed Joe.
Ooh.
And we had to get out.
He was way up in his 80s, I think, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Oh, you had to move?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's when we
the
moved
son
out here
come
on the
back.
80.
Oh, it is?
And we got that at about the last minute too. The son came back from Yale, they sold their restaurant and come back on that place to live, so we had to move.
So you had 4 kids by then?
Yeah,
So that was in 1940 when we moved down on the 80.
well, 39, I think.
What was it like to have 3 daughters and a son then, through all of this stuff?
I don't know, it was such a hell of a time taking care of you, just so busy, you never talk much about it.
Oh, I know.
Did you have
must
them
have
all at
been.
home or in the hospital?
All at home,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
And somebody must have come over and helped.
Yeah, Bob usually comes.
But when we lived on the Leo Tasler place, that's when Howard Duncan cousin of mine from Des Moines, that's when he come up and lived with us. He got into trouble.
Did he
Yeah.
board her, or?
No, he's paroled to us.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Him and some other kids broke into a schoolhouse, and they only took some pencils and stuff, but they did some tearing up. Because they always said if they'd have just taken the pencils and left, but they, did some, damaged some stuff.
That was my dad's sister's boy.
So,
Okay.
Wine.
he either had to, they told his mother if he had somewhere he could live, get him out of that Des Moines school district, away from them kids,
Wow.
that, he could there, otherwise he had to go up to, is it Eldora, is that the?
A reform school?
Oh, yeah. there was
Really?
one
So Aunt Nellie and her husband, they were separated, but they came up to see us one day together, and of course Lloyd worked in the coal mine, and a 50-year-old boy would come in handy, at chore time.
Mm-hmm.
So we said, yeah, and Darryl was just 6 weeks old when he come.
Oh.
And so he got along all right. He smoked. We were all sleeping downstairs, so he had a bedroom upstairs, so you could smell the smoke. And we never said much to him, and felt kind of sorry for the kid up there stuck with us out in the country, not going anywhere and doing anything,
Kept him out of trouble.
4 little kids to torment him, and he could torment them.
Kept
too.
him out of trouble.
So
Did he ever make anything of his life?
yeah, he worked. He
He
lived
went to
still
service
alive.
right after that.
He, anyway, he got sick. He didn't come down one morning, and I went up and he said, I don't feel good. Said he was vomiting and had such pain in his stomach, so I thought right away it was probably appendicitis, so called Aunt Nellie, and her and her husband come up about, it was about 5 o'clock, I think. And so we called into the doctor in Yale, and they took him in there, and boy, he had a hot appendix.
Ooh.
So they rushed him to Des Moines and operated on him that night. So then it took him a while to get over it, and so they let him go out to his mother's house to convalescence, and so it just seemed so good without him there, tormenting the kids and him, and so much going on, So we went down and talked to the old judge that had sentenced him, and we told him we didn't think he'd have any trouble with him now. We hadn't had one bit of trouble with him. He learned to milk and did the milking.
How long was he there?
15.
And at your house, how long
Well,
did
he
he
was there
stay?
from about first of December in November through till about, I think if he was down to his mom's about a month. He must have been there through February and March anyway, because it was early spring when we went down. And so, well, the old guy said, not working out very good, huh? And I said, well, it isn't really that. I said, we can live with an older kid around, but I said, I think he needs to just be back with his folks. So they let him go back. So then he joined the service. So he did get into some more trouble after that.
Mhm.
And so at that time, he was older and he joined the service then. So he was in the desert. Anyway, he stepped on a landmine, blew his leg off, and I said something to him, what was you doing? He was running, said Rommel was after us,
Oh.
Rommel rounded
Yeah.
him,
That was in World War
Two, yeah.
II.
We've been going for about an hour and a half. Do you want to stop?
Yeah, I got to get around, we're coming down for dinner, I guess.
Oh,
you
yeah?
are.
Yeah, your mom called her.
Oh, good. I
Really?
didn't know that. Okay.
So, I got my cookie dough all mixed up, and I'll make it this afternoon then, and
We lived on the Tesla place, or the 80 out here for 7 years. Then in 1940, we moved up to Fansler on the Parker place and lived there 3 years. And then in 1950, we bought the place out here west of Panora in 1950 and lived there 26 years. And then built a new home across the road and lived there 10 years. Sold our farm and lived over and had a sale and moved over to the new house for 10 years. Then we had a sale and we bought this place here in Panora, and we've been here
7 years.
Wow, have you, 7 years already?
That's amazing. It's been 7
and
years.
sold the new house across the road.
You'll be
after
wanting to
10 years.
move pretty soon, won't you?
I'd like a littler house,
Yeah.
a smaller home, but I don't want an apartment, and I think we'd be foolish to move just to get a house, smaller. We'd like to have Daryl's house down here.
Yeah, wouldn't that'd be perfect.
Yeah.
So today is March the 13th, 1993,
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
right now.
Not the 13th yet, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Nope, today's the 6th.
Yeah,
Oh,
six.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, next
I
Saturday.
think we went that far.
Boy, I was thinking I'll be flying back today then.
Well, I was
And I'm
thinking,
thinking,
I looked at the.
I was thinking it's time for another permanent, cause I go,
and I'm
get about
thinking,
every 3
Geez,
months.
I hope I got it.
I looked at the calendar this morning, talking about Friday the 12th, and today's the 13th.
that's pretty good, because I'm sitting here thinking, well, I must have gotten all that stuff done.
Yeah, I should be getting on to Chicago.
So that's it.
Oh, shit.
Jeffries,